What does TADATMYA mean to me?
Hare Krishna. For me, TADATMYA is a natural expansion and an organic growth from the teachings and principles of radical personalism from Swami Padmanabha's latest book. So before I speak about what TADATMYA means to me, I'd like to speak a little bit about what radical personalism means to me. I've been practicing Krishna consciousness for over 30 years now, but some years ago, I went through a period of feeling like I was outgrowing something. It was a very uncomfortable feeling because I couldn't put my finger on what it was exactly that I was outgrowing. I knew it couldn't be Krishna consciousness itself, but yet there was something there, something disturbing. And it was only last year when someone recommended this book, Radical Personalism, to me, and I started to read these concepts and ideas, that I realized that what was happening was that Maharaj was verbalizing the thoughts and questions that I'd had for a long time, but I hadn't been able to formulate them. It was a relief to find these topics being discussed and not just brought to light, but also positive solutions, positive suggestions of how to go forward with these issues. And I understood that I'd been looking for some time for what was the essence of our practice, what was the essence of bhakti, as opposed to the culture that had grown up around the practice. And this practice can look very much, this culture can look very much like the practice itself. But in actuality, it's acting like a colored lens. And that colored lens distorts how we view the philosophy, the practice, even Krishna himself. And I know that it's not possible to be free of all the relativities in this world, but I began to realize that what I'm looking for is a positive replacement for the negativities and the dysfunctions that we've taken on as cultural baggage. So when I came across radical personalism, I felt simultaneously relieved and also challenged, because I saw that these positive alternatives are there, but I'm also going to have to grow into them myself. So I'd identified some problems, but it was going to be a journey to practice the solutions, something to aspire to rather than something attained. So coming back to TADATMYA Sangha, well, we can't practice these principles in isolation. They need a community in which to express themselves. So TADATMYA to me is a chance to come together with like-minded devotees and begin to practice these principles. It has an online presence, it has an in-person presence. It's a place where we can meet like-minded souls, but it's an inclusive place. We don't have to all belong to the same institution, the same group, the same religion. Anyone who shares these principles or anyone who aspires to live by these principles can come together and discuss and be enlivened in how to move forwards. It's a place to move away from the past, to be able to forget about the problems, the things we've been through, but to work towards positive goals in association. And I'm expecting to be held accountable in this space, because we're coming in with our conditioning. It's not a utopia. I don't expect it to be free from problems, but I do expect that devotees and members are coming together to support each other, to grow forward, to figure out the solutions to the issues, and to work together to try and achieve the transformations in both ourselves and our societies and our communities, so that we can experience a life of radical personalism. So I feel it's a safe space. As a friend of mine used to say, we're all works in progress. That is what TADATMYA Sangha means to me.